The film begins with Ben, a young man who is stuck in a tight space, desperately trying to solve a puzzle inside a collapsing escape room. He tries to find any clues that can lead him to the code. He eventually thinks he figured the code, but nothing still works. Walls are closing in, crushing everything in their path. He scrambles to find a way out. He is being wounded and screams in pain as the walls close all the way in. We jump back to a few days earlier. Jason Walker receives a mysterious black puzzle box from the mail. A girl named Zoe is given one by her roommate. Ben receives one while at work, but is confused. They all try to figure out how to open the puzzle box. Once they figured, they are invited to an escape room, and the invitation promises a chance to win $10,000 if they can complete an exclusive escape room challenge. Ben arrives at a sleek, corporate-looking building named Minus Escape Rooms. He meets a woman named Amanda who is also looking for the building. A polite receptionist checks her in and another person named Danny arrives. They wait in a cozy lounge where she meets Jason, Mike, and Zoe. Ben walks in a little after them. After talking to each other for a while, Ben tries to open the door, but the handle breaks off. The door locks, the walls shift, and suddenly the game has begun. The lounge turns into an industrial death trap. The metal coils glow red. It's becoming an oven. Amanda panics, so Zoe tries to comfort her. The rest try to find clues, but gets frustrated. Zoe starts seeing patterns and finds a clue which opened a vent. They all press the buttons and Jason goes in first. The room starts to boil. He unlocks the vent and escapes. Amanda goes next, but they are running out of people to hold the buttons to keep the vent open. Zoe gets glasses of water to place on the button, but they hear Amanda panicking. She goes to check the vent and tries to help her. Meanwhile, Ben and Danny are getting more glasses of water to hold down the buttons. They soon run out of water and argue. Ben realizes the ceiling is about to shoot flames. He has a flask and pours more in the glass to add more weight, and the vent opens. They both run before being burned alive. They drop into a cabin. They all make it there. Amanda yells in anger, saying she doesn't want to do it anymore. Danny and Jason think differently. She tries to use a phone, but there's no signal. Jason tries to unlock the door, but they need a clue. After a bit, Ben finds out the clue. They go out and see a frozen lake. The doors lock immediately. The temperature is sub-zero cold. Random things starts happening, so they continue to look for clues. Mike finds a fishing pole and they use it for clues. It leads to a key under the ice, but it's in the middle of the ice. They ask Ben for his lighter, but he becomes petty and throws it in the middle of the frozen lake. Danny decides to go get it. Then the ice cracks and Danny falls in. The others panic and try to help, but he eventually drowns and dies. They now know the game is real. Jason gets the key out and a door opens. They run to it as the ice breaks, but they make it safely. Now they're in a billiard room, but everything is upside down. The exit door is on the ceiling, or rather the floor. Each puzzle opens a new panel, but as time runs out, the first floor panel drops, almost making Mike fall. Amanda tries to find any clue. She moves across the place and finds a code she has to put in. The next floor panel drops, almost killing Jason, and he holds onto the wall. The wall stumbles, forcing the rest to hold onto the wall tight. Zoe tries to grab a stick but falls down. She gets back up and is helped up. Zoe tells Amanda a code and it opens. They try to get up to Amanda. Now it's Amanda's turn to make it to the other side. She jumps and grabs the pool table. She struggles trying to stay up, but the 8-ball they needed falls, so she jumps down to grab it and throws it to Jason. Then the last panel falls. She realizes she can't make it, so she sacrifices herself to save the others. The next room looks like a hospital ward. One bed for each of them. Jason rushes Zoe to come help and she is frustrated, saying Amanda sacrificed herself. Jason tells her to not waste that sacrifice. They explore and see the place's case files that reveal they all have one thing in common. They are sole survivors of past accidents they were supposed to be killed in. They all talk about the accidents that happened to them and realize the game was made for them specifically. They understand they were all chosen because they survived the impossible. Now they are being tested again. They find clues, and Ben sees the clue is sign language. Meanwhile, Zoe goes to destroy all the cameras since they're being watched. Jason realizes in the next 3 minutes they will be poisoned. Jason brings a EKG machine, but Ben's heart rate was too low, so Mike tries it, and his was too low, so he uses a defibrillator, and it raises. Mike is killed. Jason uses it and keeps it steady and passes. A vent opens and Jason exits quickly. Ben tries to get Zoe, but she refuses and tries to go her own way. Ben gets out of there while Zoe begins to suffocate and stops moving. Ben and Jason enter a new room. They start to argue about what Jason did to Mike. Ben claims that Jason murdered his friend, which he did in a flashback. They get physical with each other and begin to find more clues. There's only one antidote, so Jason fights for it. But Ben turns the tables and kills him. Ben enters a library with a puzzle. He needs a 4-digit code to solve it. Meanwhile, people with suits walk in on Zoe. Unaware, she gets up and attacks them. We learn that she faked her death, tricking them. Ben tries to hide in the fireplace, and it works to where he isn't crushed. He enters a chamber where he is told by a loud voice, which is the game master who created the game. The game master explains how this game works and congratulates him for being last alive. Soon, he attempts to choke Ben, but he gets stabbed in the leg. The game master's screen updates and shows Zoe is still alive. She comes from behind, shooting him in the back, and runs away. She's distracted by Ben still on the ground and gets tackled. Ben hits him with a glass bottle and then finishes him by shooting him. They leave together, being the only survivors. Ben gets checked up in the hospital, then Zoe comes with the cop to search the place. But when authorities go to the building, it's gone, wiped clean. No signs of the escape rooms. No evidence. No witnesses. Minus has erased everything. Months later, Zoe shows Ben flight coordinates and new clues she's uncovered. Zoe tells Ben they're planning another game, but on a plane this time. They book 2 tickets to stop it. Somewhere in a secret facility, Minus prepares the next room with a deadly mid-air escape challenge. Thanks for watching until the end, and if you made it this far, make sure you subscribe for more breakdowns.